Gentlemen, it's the day we've been waiting for. The Death by Flocks of Crows Iceberg video. Now, most of you are probably wondering what the fuck I'm talking about, because you probably haven't heard about it. Some of you have. But there's been a recent YouTube trend where people do the iceberg. It's good whiskey. The idea being, the higher up on the iceberg image you are, the more familiar the topics are. And the lower you get, the murkier it gets, a little more unclear, lesser known, things that are a lot more obscure. And in the world of Death by Flocks of Crows lore, there's a lot to explore. Plenty of things a lot of people know about. Plenty of things that have not left the realm of me and Rick's conversations. Or even, maybe I'll throw in an idea there that we talked about one time, a long time ago. Anyway, let me get one last sip there. Excuse me. Anyway, without further ado, let's go over this. This is kind of a little celebration of the 10-year anniversary for Death by Flocks of Crows coming up. So this is for everybody, for me and Rick. Mostly this is just for Rick. I'm making this mostly for him because he's going to get a kick out of it. Anyway, let's go. All right, so let's crack into this. Hold up. All right, so let's start at the top here. And this is the top of the iceberg. These are the ones we're feeling pretty good about, or I should say most people. Obviously, I made this, so I am well aware what all these entail. But if you're not me or Rick, hopefully you'll learn a little something today. Anyway, so first one here, Marcus Goff name dropping. This one's probably obvious to a lot of people, but most DBFOC songs name drop Marcus Goff, which is a guy we went to school with, and don't really know what started it. It just rhymes with off, so we just say it a lot, and it's funny. So yeah, that's about it. Next one, side projects. So I put this in quote because me and Rick have multiple side projects, and it's funny calling them side projects and not calling it Death by Flocks of Crows. We got like the Rick and Bryce extravaganza. We got the butt snapbacks. We call it different things, but it's just me and Rick. Yeah, that's why I put side projects in quotes. It's literally the same thing. All right, parental advisory stickers. This one's pretty obvious. For the longest time, pretty much every cover. Well, these ones are a little too small to look at. Oh Jesus Christ, that's a beautiful preview. You can kind of see it in these pixels. But we used to put the parental advisory sticker on all the album artworks, but pretty much moved away from that because there's no fucking point. Pole vaulting multiple versions. So this one is just a reference to the fact that we've re-recorded pole vaulting like four or five times. And that was our first real song besides Setting Dolphins on Fire, so that one's a staple, live show staple. We've re-recorded it. Next one, Best Buds. So, new album is the Best Buds mixtape. Most people who listen to FOC know about that joke. It just refers to a picture of Trey Dummer and Brett Percy next to each other. And it was just captioned Best Buds, the joke being they were holding weed. Maybe I'll find the picture for this video. Next one is Chocolate Enema. That's pretty easy. That is almost an album staple for probably the last 10, 11 albums. What were we on? Oh yeah, Carson Goes Snipe Hunting. So that one is one of our most infamous songs. If you know, you know. It's Carson just drunkenly going apeshit over some god-awful instrumental Rick made. Next one, Bill is not in DBFOC. This is the recurring joke of Bill not being in DBFOC. He's been on a few songs, and then I guess the whole thing was, he's like, well, I'm pretty much the third member, and then me and Rick made a point to just joke about it for pretty much every album that he's not in the band. So to follow that up, we got DBFOC's third member. The third member, well, I guess live third member is Dalton. If if you've been to a DBFOC live show, Dalton's been to every single one as our third instrumentalist, and he's on almost every album we've made, so you could call him the unofficial third member or official, doesn't matter. Billy P was the biggest piece of shit we've ever released. It was just me and Bill, and it's just bad. That's about it. A lot of people heard it back when I put it on Twitter, but it's just bad. DBFOC's Facebook page. Most of you are probably aware we have a Facebook page. We don't use it anymore. It's fucking terrible. Rick got off Facebook, and that was pretty much the end of that. And obviously, I don't post on it, so. Next one, we got Covered in Semen, one of our most famous songs. I didn't really want to include songs on this list, but this one's very well known and has been played at fucking non-DBFOC shows live, so its influence is worldwide. All right, moving on, layer 2. So YouTube live set, that just refers to a live set that's on YouTube on the Bob Carl Tony channel, maybe? I don't know. Not a lot of people have seen it, but it's out there. DBFOC's first live show. This one is a reference to the show we played at Shay's house or apartment. I don't even know where it was. Somewhere out in Fitchburg. Anyway, it was me, Rick, Dalton, and Lonan. Oh, no, wait. Lonan was at the Risen for the Depths show. So, yeah, it was just me, Rick, and Dalton. We didn't have barely anything prepared, so it was just fucking terrible. A lot of people were there, and it was bad. The birthday singles. This is just referring to the songs me and Rick have on YouTube that we made for each other's birthday. I think there's like one apiece, but they're out there. One's on Rick's channel, one's on the Bob Carl 20. Next one, Lost Masters and Tux Guitar Files. This just refers to the fact that on my old hard drive, my old Dell, we had a lot of the old DBFOC masters and a ton of the Tux Guitar Files we used, and that hard drive is killed, so we lost a ton of shit. So a lot of the fucking remasters are just like trying to use Audacity to clean them up a little bit, which sucks, but whatever. Dollar Tree Instrument EP. So this is just a reference to the shit keyboard Rick had. I'll play a clip.
Prince, I'm giving you all the power to ride my cock until I turn into a child again, and then I can't count to 2. You just had sex with an infant. That's really fucked up. You're gonna get.
DBFOC's cover was a school project. This refers to Death by Flocks of Tiger's album cover, which isn't showing up. Anyway, I'll pull it up in the video, but that was one of Rick's art projects for computer-generated art in high school, and we just decided to use it for the cover. DBFOC bumper stickers, that refers to the stickers we made. It says Rick's Soul, choose Kodiak Wintergreen. A lot of people got them, and I posted it on Twitter, so you're probably aware of it. Brandon's Noise, this just refers to Brandon's fucking God-forsaken yell he made on an old track. I'll pull it up. All right, layer 3. Gotta keep my throat wet. It's a little dry. Andy Warhol, bitch. Jesus Christ. This just refers to another recurring joke, which is Rick screaming Andy Warhol, bitch, in a crushing low. All right, DBFOC accepting applications. This is a reference to when Rick, in one of her songs, said, "Who wants to join our band? We're accepting applications." That's it. Moda 10. That's a fucking classic Rick track. Never made it onto an album. It's on his YouTube channel. I'll link it in the description, or maybe just I'll put it in this video at some point and you can listen to it, but it's awesome. Distorted Minority Instrumental. This refers to one of the songs on Death by Flocks of Tigers that just straight up uses one of the instrumentals from a Distorted Minority song, like verbatim. I just had an instrumental from Percy and just used it. The Rick EP. The Rick EP is a YouTube-only album. Well, it's on the Media Fire page, but excuse me. It first just showed up on YouTube with almost no advertising that was up there, so it's a little more obscure. But we definitely played it at Ryan's at some point, so I'm sure people have heard it. Tim Miller concert flyer. I'll throw the one up on the screen. It's just a concert flyer we made for the Wisco show that has Tim Miller on it. No one listens to DBFOC. This is a classic. This is just pretty much referring to that we're so deep in the albums that pretty much nobody listens to what we drop anymore. It's pretty much just me and Rick. Although one could argue it's always just been for me and Rick because I think past the second album, people stopped giving a shit, which is fair. The music's the same and it's really bad, but me and Rick love it. So that's the joke there. Next one, Sully cameos. This refers to the fact that there's a few Sully cameos, maybe 2 or 3, I can't remember, but very rare piece of DBFOC audio with that one. All right, Lair 4. So next one, RuneScape concert flyer. This just refers to a picture Rick took in RuneScape advertising the Wisco show. I'll pull up a photo for that one. It's on the Instagram, I think. Gorilla Flatulence EP. This refers to a Lost Butt Snapbacks EP. Only had 2 tracks on it, and 2 of the funniest instrumentals me and Rick had ever created. We burned it to a CD at some point, but the CD stopped working. It was on the old hard drive, and it's gone, which sucks because those songs were stupidly funny. We like rapping, same deal. A song me, Rick, and Dalton made for Bizzity and Cone, which is, do I have Bizzity and Cone down here or something? Yeah, there we go. But yeah, we made that for Bizzity and Cone, another very stupid rap song that we made with a Fruity Loops beat, and it was just absurdly funny. Lost it on the old drive. Soundtrack to a Lobotomy promos just refers to the 2 commercials I made around the time that album came out that I don't think anybody watched besides the one of me jerking off to Bill, which I'm going to link. Madden 98 hidden track, that just refers to the last song on, oh God. Can't even think of the second album. Rusty Trombones, there we go. Last track on that, there used to be a hidden track on it before the remaster. That was just audio of me, Harry, and Rick playing Madden 98 for like 13 minutes, and I just took it off because it just padded the shit out of that album. Narkill covers, this refers to the 2 covers we've done. One is Skeletor Beastman on the first album, and then our Christmas EP we covered their Wish You a Merry Christmas cover from one of their videos, and I think those are the only 2 we did. All right. 5th layer. Love this photo. All right. So, DBFOC broke up. This just refers to the fact that DBFOC indeed broke up at some point. Can't remember when. It was a while ago, and it was very short-lived. We thought the joke had run its course at the time, but then not even a year later, we were just like, you know what? Let's keep doing it. We haven't stopped since, and it's been a long time since that. And the new rule of thumb is that DBFOC is going to go until one of us dies. Moving to the ages 64th joke. Jesus. 64th note joke. This is a reference to a recurring thing where we just have a guitar part hit 64th notes. And it definitely happens with the snare in some tracks too. The joke just being the speed of it's just fucking stupid. Ryan's hidden appearance. This is a reference to Ryan whistling on Country 4. There's whistling right in the intro with the acoustic guitar. That's Ryan. I don't think anybody knew that besides me and Rick. All right. Rick couldn't play our first song. Self-explanatory. When we did Setting Dolphins on Fire and recorded it on the 8-track at my parents' house, Rick could not play it because he was very new at guitar and he couldn't alternate pick yet. So I had to fucking play everything on that one, including bass, drums, guitar, all that shit. He did the pterodactyl on it, though. All right, old Media Fire links. This just refers to, I think like our first 5 or 6 albums were on Media Fire, and then the links died at some point. And those are still the ones we have in our Facebook page. They're just still linked, and they're still broken. But we've made a new one since then that has everything on it, so... Lost Bizzity and Cone albums. This refers to the first fucking, oh God, like 3 albums me and Dalton did under Bizzity and Cone. Those were on my old hard drive, lost those. Dalton lost his old computer too. So it's like 3 albums of material, and it was me, Rick, Dalton. Essentially the same thing as DBFOC, but they're gone. Harry's attempted Facebook page purge. I have a photo for this one. This is when Harry was going to delete the Facebook page, and then, God, it was recently. This was after he made the original one as a memorial for us breaking up. And then he scheduled it for deletion, and Rick took it back. Fuck a Cowboy was a TBA song. This just refers to the instrumental for Fuck a Cowboy. It was a song we wrote for our first pop punk band, me, Dalton, and fucking Patterson. Probably the first pop punk song I ever wrote, and we didn't do anything with it, so we just repurposed it for DBFOC. The Rick EP2, this is a very obscure release. Didn't make it on YouTube. Don't think it was ever tweeted. Pretty sure me and Rick are the only ones who have listened to it, and it is fucking hot garbage. I mean hot garbage. If you have the Mediafire link, log in and download it and listen to it. It is fucked. It is classic Basement Rick. It is fucking glorious. And last but not least, the final layer. Get one more good sip of Jim Beam here. Feeling real good right now. All right. Facebook comment. I'll have a photo for this one. Really no need to explain it. It's just a very obscure comment from Rick from the early Facebook days. That's really funny. Pole vaulting music video. This refers to the fact that we shot a full music video for pole vaulting with my penis. Maybe the same day we recorded it or shortly after. Can't remember. Video was terrible. It had shaved head Rick in it, and I don't think anybody saw it besides the two of us, and it's gone now, unfortunately. So that's all we have remaining for that is the story of what once was. The Rick LP, that's something Rick started, and he trashed the entire thing because he thought it was terrible. I found it in the Mediafire trash and pulled it back out and listened to it, and I mean, there's not a whole lot to say about it. It's there if you want to download it. Give it a listen. It does have Charlie and the Abortion Factory, which is one of Rick's funniest instrumentals of all time. I'm glad I kept it. I mean, there's some prime content on there, but it's fucking nobody besides me and Rick has heard it. And I almost didn't hear it, which it should just be like the very bottom thing on this, realistically. Reaching Around's original cover. So when we first planned our first album, I had Rick draw the cover, actually. It was like a colored pencil drawing of this guy getting his organs pecked out by crows. And it was very primitive. And then eventually we just landed on the crow with red eyes gimmick that followed for several albums and made a comeback recently. All right, DBFOC started out serious. This just refers to the fact that when me and Rick first started writing, we wanted to be like a legit avant-garde metal project instead of the shitcore it turned into. Obviously, that did not last more than the idea stage. The DBFOC documentary is a piece we started filming for, very lightly discussed. I thought of the idea. I don't know what I was trying to accomplish with it. I just shot some footage in our basement of me and Rick making some like stupid comments, doing some interviews, and it's lost now, but I'm sure nothing of value was lost. The Abortion EP, this refers to a Rick and Bryce EP. I don't think anybody besides me and Rick has listened to it. And it's on the Mediafire page if you're curious. It's very funny and very fucked. It's we just did one song, well, not one song. We did one recording session. The microphone was just on for like 30 minutes. We recorded the instrumentals, did vocals for 30 fucking minutes straight, and then just fucking saved the files. And that's the Abortion EP. And of course, last but not least, the Billy Bob Thornton EP. This refers to a release we made. And the album cover is just Billy Bob Thornton's head. And I don't think we ever tweeted about it. It's not on the Bandcamp page, and it never made it to YouTube. It is on the Mediafire page now. For a while it was lost. I had no access to it, and then on one of my hard drives, I fucking found a backup of it, so I restored it, and to be honest, it's terrible. I'm glad no one heard it. It's just fucking garbage. One song, the microphone wasn't working, so it's just like very thin metallic noise coming in and out at different volumes, and it's bad. But that's it. That is the entire Death by Flocks of Crows Iceberg. Hopefully this wasn't too long, and hopefully you learned something new today.